Hi, everyone. Hello, Michael.
Hello,
All right,
hello.
we're just gonna wait and just to let everyone coming in and join us shortly.
Sure.
Robin just said, let me answer her. Let's see. Let's just wait till everybody comes on. How's your day, everyone? How's your day so far? How's Monday? Let me see. Let me go on to Facebook. Let's adjust my background a little bit. Oh, smiley. Everybody's saying hello. Who's here, everyone? Finally get Michael on Facebook. You can't find Michael on Facebook or YouTube, though.
Okay, wow.
People are jumping on right now. Wanted to say hi to everyone that's joining me on Facebook right now. Tanya, Steve Hannard, good to have you here. Eric Kelsler, good to have you here. This is the very first time I actually get to bring Michael on live. I mean, we all watch Michael from YouTube, from webinars, but this is the first time he goes live with me on Facebook. We do go live, right? When we did our Q&A and all that stuff, we do go live. But Michael, would you like to say hello to everyone?
Well, hello, everyone from around the world. All the Unpassivians and others, everyone. This is awesome. Glad to be here with you, Julie.
Thank you so much for being here. I love talking with Michael. You know, like a lot of leaders, we talk every day, but every time when we're on the phone, we really chat away with Unpassive. And it was very nice for you to say, hey, yeah, let's do it. Let's do a live together, right? Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Let's get started because we really want to chat away instead of just saying hello to everyone. We appreciate you very much for being here with us. I want to bring Michael on here just to talk about Unpassive because that's what we do. We chat about Unpassive every day. So officially, hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today is Monday, October 24th, 2022. My name is Julie. I am live stream with Michael William from my home, Orange County, California. And Michael, if you could please say hello and where you are at today.
Hello, everyone. And I am here in sunny Canada.
I should say sunny California too, because it's beautiful here.
Yeah, today was a great day. Went outside, did some leaves, some yard work. So I got all my exercise in for the day.
Good. I did too. I did some walking this morning. So Michael, we've been in Unpassive. You've been in Unpassive for a long time. I came in 2019, but the more we are looking at Unpassive just makes sense, isn't it?
Absolutely. You know, this is probably the only business that makes so much sense, right? Just so much sense from a generic standpoint. You know, when you're looking at all that is out there, all that we've done in the past, you know, and when we just think of the reason people get involved in a business, they want to be successful, right? They want to win, you know, and so this is the only business that I see that people can actually win. Doesn't matter who you are, you know, people will actually win. It's not a maybe they will, you know, come on and hype it up and all that fancy stuff. No, the truth of the matter is when you have the company doing all the heavy lifting for you, right, it's a done deal.
Absolutely. It's so done deal because where we are standing in today, observing the development and the progress that Unpassive is doing right now, it just makes so much sense. Unpassive has what? Products, which we know there are so many of them, and then customers, which we know that there are over 1.4 million accounts, paid accounts. People said, I am willing to pay just to be here and wait for your products coming out. That's what it looks like for many of us, right?
For sure. And you can't beat that. I mean, I think every company, I don't care whether it's a big company, small company, medium size, it doesn't matter what industry, every company would love to know when they were getting started that they actually had 1 million plus that's waiting, that are in line to purchase what they have. And that's just phenomenal. That is, definitely groundbreaking. It's different, it's not the norm. And we're so glad to be in it.
I'm so glad that you mentioned we're so glad to be in it as an entrepreneur. We are thriving every day to build a business, or even there are people who out there and said, I want to have an online business where I don't have to do anything. Unpassive is literally that dream, right? We as a business owner, when we build a business, we have to have employees, right? We have to pay for certain things, subscriptions for the products that help all of us to be able to make our business functionable, right? And here it is in Unpassive, it is a business for so many of us, right? Once we activate that business, but it's all done for us. Unpassive pay for the tech team to build the products, pay for the monthly hosting right now. There's so many things, right, Michael? Because I cannot wrap my head around how huge it is.
Well, I mean, you kind of said it as far as being an entrepreneur. Like when we look just at society in general, right? It doesn't matter what country you're in. You look at society in general, and you look at, who are the successful people? Like, what are they doing? What are they engaged in? Are they employees? Are they running their own business? Are they investing? Like, what are they doing, right? And you'll find that the majority of the successful ones, financially successful we're talking about, and that is they own their own business. They own their own business. And that is huge. And so many people try to do that and they fail, because it's just like everything else. Whether we're talking about sports, majority of people in sports, they fail. Kids are in high school. Okay, how many of them actually go on to university and play sports? How many of those that are in university, and we see some great, athletes in university, but how many of them actually go on to the next level, to the pros and so on? So we realize that it doesn't matter what it is that we're looking at, majority of people fail, right? And so with business, it's no different, right? And so here we are, in that environment where people are trying to come on the internet, trying to get started in a home-based business, online business, internet business, and it's not easy, right? Some people hype it up and they say, oh yeah, come, it's easy. It's not easy, right? We've seen, those of us who've been around, we've seen what Unpassive has been going through, still going through, to get everything together, as you alluded to. It's a lot, right? There's a lot of stuff that goes on to make this happen. And here we have this company doing all the heavy lifting for us. And all we have to do is just tag along for the ride. That is a dream come true. That is a business that people can go to bed at night, sleep well, knowing that they're being taken care of, that the company is working harder for us than we could ever work for ourselves, right? And again, it's not the norm. This is something that is totally different, revolutionary. And again, we are so glad to be a part of it.
Absolutely. I'm so blessed just to be part of it. I'm so blessed just to be able to observe the progress, the development of Unpassive. And Michael, I have never learned as much as I am learning right now, observing and learning from our CEO, from the founders around the world. I've built so many businesses before, right? From, restaurants to salons to landscaping business to real estate business. And then I was helping to build and expanding the brand that was in since 25 years. And we failed miserably. Couldn't be able to do it because of the system itself. It doesn't support what we are doing. What I have learned is that what Unpassive does is it takes every systems, right, that helping a business owner to put it in one place and supporting the business owner. I think that's really, really big, because it doesn't matter how hard you work on your own business, but you don't have the system that support what you are doing, your business won't be functionable at all.
Yeah, for sure. Like people join businesses, and they have like a replicated page. It comes and says, here you go, here's a replicated page, and maybe give you a starter kit or something, here you go. And you're basically on your own, right? Who's there to support you? Who's there to guide you, to actually show you the way? And if there's someone that's ahead of you, they're not trying to help you come up because they think that, well, you're gonna, steal their joy, or you're gonna be better than them, or make more money than them, and all this other fancy stuff, right? So no one is really there putting themselves out to actually help you. You find very few people will do that, and here comes our CEO and says, you know what? We can be different. We can do this. We can actually help millions upon millions of people around the world by doing all the heavy lifting for them, right? The company saying, we got you. We're going to set you up with a unique domain name, okay? That right there is a great start, right? Hosting it, right? Creating all the content for you. People struggle just to have the right words to say to get someone to buy, right? And the company saying, don't worry, we got that taken care of for you, right? We're going to put this thing together in such a way that people are going to be chasing you to get into your business. Right? Who wouldn't want that? Right? Who wouldn't want that?
Absolutely. And if you're currently watching this, and if you want wondering what we are talking about, you definitely could visit www.onpassive.com. In there, you could see so many functions. If you click on any functions on there, it will take you to another website, right? It's not another page, it's another website. And if you are playing around and look through that website, you're going to see that every single icon, every single thing will take you to information that you want to learn. It's amazing. We also have the blog page on there that you could see. Michael, one of the things that really blow my mind watching on Passive is that when I build a business on my own, right, I have to find a company that hosts that, and I have to continuously giving them information, details for them to update my website. Even if I have a webmaster who actually building a website, it will cost me thousands of dollars to be able to build that website. Now, I only paid $97 so far. I've been in it for 3 years, over almost 4 years. And once I activate my business, I will have something that is in my name.
Are you kidding me? No! What is that?
This is terrible. Why would you trust someone named Designer Boy 56 to make you? Is this a dog?
It's a lion.
And I don't have to go through that whole building, putting content. I know you mentioned about it. OnPassive does it all for me. Being a founder of OnPassive, I don't have to do so much except just be excited about what I have and then share. I usually said, just keep sharing, but I'm going to say, and share the heck out of it because I'm excited about my business. Do you feel the same thing?
Well, absolutely, Julie, because like even more important than the actual content of the site, because the truth of the matter is there's lots of people who can put up a website, okay? Lots of people can do that. And there's lots of companies that can give you a little, plug and play, click, and you have a site. But it doesn't mean that it's going to convert, okay? And then, well, where do I get the people to come buy what I'm trying to sell? Where do I get them from? How do I get traffic? How do I generate traffic? How do I get the traffic to convert and all of that? And the company is saying, again, we got you taken care of, right? So many people need traffic. You need traffic, you need traffic, you need traffic. You need visitors, you need people, potential customers to keep coming over and over and over and over again, right? Can you imagine you open up a restaurant? You talk about being in the restaurant business. You open up a restaurant and no one even knows that you have a restaurant. Like they don't even know that, oh, that's where you are. They don't even know your location, right? How are they going to find you, right? And then if you're not constantly promoting, advertising your restaurant, right? Again, how do you get customers? right? And you have to keep doing that over and over. We receive, flyers and newspapers and all these things, every week come to our door. I mean, we get it, we just throw it in the garbage, I put it in the recycle bin, and that's it. We don't even look in it, right? But the point is that companies are doing that. Why? Because it works, but it's something that they have to continuously do, week after week after week, month, year. They have to continue to do that. Here on Passive is saying, all you got to do, buy the traffic, and we will take care of everything for you. That is amazing. And that right there, you can call that the missing link if you wish, right? Because so many people have tried, they buy from here, buy from there, buying traffic, buying guaranteed visitors, clicks, all of that. But we know, and this is part of the corruption, right? That there's so many vendors out there that are just lying to people. They're just taking your money and not giving you what you actually paid for, right? Here and on Passive, that stops, right? It doesn't matter whether it's your own passive business you want to promote, or if you have some other business, excuse me, that you're currently engaged in and you want to promote that, doesn't matter. Okay, On Passive will provide you the traffic that you need, not want, but need in order to have a successful business going forward. So we have all aspects of the sales process all taken care of. That's why people can just simply get in and they're going to win.
I love it. I love it, Michael. I remember the conversation that we had the other day about traffic, right? What it is in today's world is that, for example, let's just use FB. We all know what FB is, right? What FB is doing is that it's give a place for people to come in and connect with people. But there's no way that I could verify the person that requests a friend request is a real person, right? That's one thing. I can't authenticate. If I was a business owner, I can't authenticate that person is actually potential customer, right? Now, on FB, what we are doing is if you want to boost an ad, right? We pay every day, and then it takes our that's what we are assuming, it's taking our ad and it throw us into the region that we picked, but then we are out there, we still have to work more to bring our services and products to the people that's around. But on Passive does, and this is only one key thing from on Passive does is reversing it. This is only based on my understanding. On Passive reversing it, how? On Passive take our business, promoting our business, and then bring the direct customer, the people that who looking for what we are offering, bringing to us. To my understanding, Michael, it's reversing the corruption that is going on right now. Not only that, our company on Passive will also give back to that customers, right? Being, I know you're better at explaining this because I'm trying to get my head around it, but I see there is a reverse of what's going on right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we think about it, if it was as simple as just go on FB and just pay for some advertising and your instant success, like so many people would be successful. So it isn't that simple. Who's making the money? FB's making all the money. That's why they make billions of dollars, right? So it's designed, people think it's designed for them. It's not designed for you and me, right? It isn't. It's designed for the owners of FB, okay? Because that's why they're billionaires. And the rest of the people that, that contribute to that are struggling, right? They're struggling. So why not reverse that? Why not make all the people who's contributing to the success of your business, why not put money in their pocket? Why not help them? Give them what it is that they actually want. So we're going to have customers upon customers that come into On Passive because of them finding something that they want, okay? So that's one part. The other part is all the individuals like us as founders who are contributing to the success of On Passive, right? We actually get to benefit in that process by the company generating sales on our behalf, right? So it's a complete win-win. Sharing with us, we are sharing with the company, right? So you can't go wrong with that model, right? It's a completely different model. And so you're going to have, a lot of people, okay? Thousands of people, possibly millions of people, hundreds of millions of people that are going to be successful simply because they're somehow, some way connected to OnPassive, whether they're in as a founder, whether they're in as a customer, whether they're in as a reseller, it doesn't matter. Anyone that's associated with OnPassive is going to win. Even a customer, if you're getting a product, okay, that is more cost effective, that has more value than what's out there in the marketplace, it's a win for you. If we're saving companies money, it's a win for you. If we're helping charities and other organizations that's looking to crowdfund or to raise funds for a particular cause, if we're actually helping them getting the full amount of what was donated to them instead of carving out a piece for the company, again, it's a win. That means more dollars are going to where they're actually needed, you know, to help solve people's problems and to help people out in dire times. Right now, I think I was watching the news earlier. I was watching the news earlier. And which company was it now? There's a company, they're laying off like 4,000 people, they're laying off. Right? Just like that, 4,000 people are going to be out of a job, right? Like, it's not getting better, folks. The economy is not going to get better. It's going to get worse and worse and worse, right? And how are you going to survive? People are already losing their jobs. Companies are already going bankrupt. What are you going to do in the next 2 to 3 years? Like, what are you going to do, right? 5 years from now, you think it's going to be better? 10 years from now, you think it's going to be better? If people are one paycheck away, right, from being out on the streets, how are you going to function, right, when everything just collapsed, right? So, you know, OnPassive is a way to really help people secure their financial future. And so, you know, anyone who's listening to this, if you're not involved, you know, you need to get involved, okay? When OnPassive opens its doors to the public, you definitely want to come check us out because we have something that's actually going to make a difference in people's lives. And that's rare to find in today's world.
Absolutely, Michael. I know we can sit and talk about OnPassive all day because that's what we do. We breathe OnPassive
all day, every day.
every day. Let's backtrack, not backtrack. Let's go back a little bit about talking about the traffics. I love the part where the automation part of it, Michael. And I know that behind your name, there's the word AIM, which is Automatic Internet Millionaire. And I know we did talk a little bit about that, you know, a couple months ago. OnPassive is literally Automatic Internet Millionaire because, first of all, it's automation. Second of all, is internet, right? It's online. Well, it's offline too, but we're talking about right now online, and it's also the millionaire part of it. Do you want to talk about
that? Sure. Well, you know, I firmly believe that OnPassive will create more millionaires than any other company, period, right? And that is because, you know, you've solved a problem, right? And a big problem. There are hundreds of millions of people out there that are involved in so many different companies trying to sell, right? And yet they can't sell, okay? You have people who are in companies where they're trying to, you know, get others involved, whether, you know, referring friends, family, you know, all that fancy stuff. And they really can't do it, right? Otherwise, all of them would be successful today, okay? And a big part of why so many have come into OnPassive is for that fact that they know they can't sell, they know they can't refer someone to go buy something. It just doesn't work and has not been working for so many, okay? The majority of people fail and they fail miserably. Like, society makes us think of, you know, 3% success rate is a good thing. It isn't a good thing. You know, I'm gonna go back to sports again. You have someone who's a great, you know, 3-point shooter in basketball. Okay, a great 3-point shooter is someone that makes 4 out of 10 shots. So 6 out of 10 or 60% is failure, right? But we say that's a great, you understand? And the same goes for anything that you can think about. It's the same thing. The same logic will apply to that. The same numbers are going to apply, right? And so here in OnPassive, we have a system whereby, you know, as I said, the company sets up your website for you. The company gets the potential traffic, customers, send that to your site. You know, they have questions. Okay, you have an automated chatbot that will answer 70% of the questions. If the chatbot can't answer the question, you're redirected to a live person on a phone. But there's so much support, there's so much help. How can a person fail, right? And so everything is there. It's all set up for people. So as a result of that, you're going to get customers upon customers upon customers. And over time, right? Over time, you know, people are going to make thousands of dollars. Some people make tens of thousands. Some people will make even millions of dollars as a result of that. So we know that On Passive is a clear winner, regardless of what a person's income goal is, whether it's small, whether it's medium, whether it's large, it doesn't matter. As long as it's realistic, right? People will be able to achieve it in On Passive. So what's there not to like about On Passive, right? A lot of people don't understand the journey, don't understand, okay, but we've been hearing about On Passive for so long now. Okay, well, so long as what, 4 years? Okay, that's not a long time. I think I've been on this earth a lot longer than 4 years, right? You know, we're in school for a lot longer than 4 years and so on, right? But the thing is, when people understand how all these other companies got started, they didn't just pop up in 30 days or even a year. Some of them took 10 years just to get to where they are. You know, it takes time to build a real business, okay? Just like if somebody's gonna go build me a home, I don't want my home to be built in 30 days. I want them to take their time, make sure the foundation, you know, is solid, okay? So no matter what comes, it's not gonna, you know, blow away and collapse. And no, you wanna make sure it's done properly, right? And that's what we have it On Passive. And so I just can't wait for the doors to be open and the public start to come in and to get a hold of what we actually have, get a hold of our products, the free products, the paid products, you know, just to be able to see everything that we've been saying to people for the past 4 years, that something big is coming. Something big is coming, and wait, because people are going to be blown away by what On Passive has to offer.
Absolutely. I love it, Michael. I love literally observing there's the trash can men coming. So you hear some noise, but you know, one of the hardest thing as a business owner, I am a real estate agent. And also I used to work with a company that actually a company that actually take their company to another country, right? They have to spend millions and hundreds, thousands and millions of dollars to actually taking their brand and introduce to another country. Not only that, they have to have certain amount of influence in that country or people in that country. But being a non-passive founder, for all of us, we do know that we have offices in Singapore, right? We have offices in Dubai, Bangladesh, India, and it's soon going to be everywhere, going to be 1,000 offices in the world, right? Now, in order for a company to be in that grand global, it's going to cost them millions. Now, as a founder of On Passive, as a customer, your business get to be in every countries around the world. That didn't cost us any more money than what already told us to do, $97 to be a founder, or we could be a customer and reseller later on. And we don't have to spend any more money than just the amount that a little amount that we're gonna pay to activate our business. And yet our business can be everywhere. On Passive, we'll do the advertising, paying for the advertisement. I mean, this is insane. And if it was my own business, I don't think I could ever be in a partner with Bein Sports, which is the global live stream for all the major sport in the world. Michael, this is totally crazy, insane of what Ash is doing.
But of course, right? I mean, even just the fact of being able to advertise on the Burj Khalifa, you know, just that alone, right? Everything that On Passive is doing is at a high level. Right? There's nothing that's being done in a small way. Everything is grand in On Passive. And for individuals, we have to see our business as exactly that. It's our business. It's your own business. Most people, when they start a business, you know, as an individual, right, it's usually a local business. Here, you're going to have a business that's in 200 countries around the world. So it doesn't matter where people are, they can do business with you. That's what you want. Think of the exposure. Think of you know, the demand that will be there as a result of that, as opposed to you know, my business is only to my neighborhood, you know, or even my city, my province, my country, right? No, our business, each and every one of us as a founder, our business goes out to every single one around the world. So if somebody's in Japan and they want to purchase products from me, absolutely they can. If somebody's in Papua New Guinea and they want to purchase products from me, they can. If they're in, Jamaica, it doesn't matter where they are in the world, they can purchase the products from me, right? So that is a beautiful thing, because now that opens up, right, the whole world. We're talking billions of people, right? Online, we know there's around 5 billion that's on the internet. Okay, so if I'm only focusing on the internet, then that's my market, right? My marketplace is 5 billion individuals, because each of them can. And guess what, Julie? When customers come, they're not just going to buy one product, right? They're going to buy 2, they're going to buy 3, they're going to buy 4, they're going to buy 5. Okay, there is no limit, right, other than what is available. Okay, and it certainly is going to be more than 5 products. So again, that is a wonderful thing. Think of a company like, okay, you and I right now, we're on this webinar platform right now. Okay, but they only have the one product. Okay, so if somebody wanted to buy from them and they didn't want a webinar platform, well, guess what? That customer is not, they've lost that particular potential customer, because they can't offer anything else but that one product. With OnPassive, somebody comes in and they want an e-learning platform, that's okay. We have other stuff that you can choose from, right? If they don't want a webinar platform, that's okay. We have other stuff that you can choose from, right? People will come to OnPassive for so many reasons. And that's what I love, the fact that we have our hands in so many different areas, so we can cater to so many more people. And that is good. That's how I want my business to be. I don't want to just be, such a narrow focus, right? No, I want it to be as big a scope as possible. And that's what we have with this company. So if founders truly understand what they have their hands on, I was just telling the person earlier this morning that, listen, I have more than one account, and I would not give away I don't care who the person that's coming. If somebody came and said, oh, I'm a big influencer, blah, 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 can I have one of those early? No, you're not going to get it. Okay. You did not come along for the journey, so you're not getting it. Okay, no problem. You can become a customer, right? And if you so choose, you can be a reseller. That's okay, right? Following at that point, right? Not a problem, because I cherish what I have, Julie. Every single one of them. There isn't one. Doesn't matter the date that's on it. If it's June 22nd, 2022, doesn't matter. There isn't one that I do not cherish, because I know that every single one of them, whether that's July 1st of 2018 or June 22nd of 2022, it doesn't matter the date that's on it. Every single one of them, I believe, is $1 million account. So why would I give that away, Julie? Like, seriously? How many people that's going around giving away $1 million? Here's $1 million for you, here's $1 million for you, how many people that's doing that? Right? So no, right? I value what I have, so therefore I'm going to cherish it and keep every single one of them, and use the newfound wealth now to benefit myself and my family and whatever is left over. And there's going to be leftovers, Julie. There's going to be leftovers, okay? And so I want to be able to use that now to cater to the various causes that's dear to my heart, right? Help those that are out there that need help, right? The homeless, people don't have clean water, and the list goes on and on and on. There's so much that we can do in this world, but a lot of people don't have the access or the resource to be able to do that. OnPassive will help you have that access so that you can actually go out and help your fellow human being. That's what this thing is really about, Julie. It's really about blessing other people's lives, because we know that we can. We can do better than what we're doing right now as a human race. But unfortunately, the money is just in the wrong hands. It really is. There's probably 4,000 or so billionaires in the world. And what are they really doing? People say, well, they donate. They'll do really, 3% of their income, 5% of their income, really, right? They can do a lot better than that, but they choose not to. And so here comes OnPassive saying we can empower you, me, all of us. We can all be empowered to be able to do the right things in society so that we can all have a better place to live. That's what it's about. And I am loving it, Julie.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Why worry? Just be in it, and then we're going to win. And that's what OnPassive is. If you look under the word OnPassive, I don't think you can read it, but we are so in it to win it, right?
That's right.
Yeah, we are. As long as you are in OnPassive, no matter who you are, no matter where and when you're coming on, either founders, reseller, customer, no matter where we are, we're going to win. Because what OnPassive giving to the world is values, right? Values in the products, value in the people that involve, right? Well, talk about product. You've mentioned about products. Product in on passive are endless, right? Not only the ones that you found in our website right now, there's so many products that are coming on, and everything is started with because of on passive. Not only that, on passive also have a research and development. They do have fun that focusing on that. So Michael, I see on passive products are continuously coming and coming, no matter when, where. There's no the end of on passive in terms of products that they give to the world. Do you agree?
Right. Yeah, that's why we have innovative labs, right? So you want to have a continuous way to supply the marketplace with not just frivolous products, not just, well, let's just do this. No, things that are actually going to bring value to people's lives, and so on passive, will bring forward products that's going to be over market value. It's going to have more value that's already there in the marketplace. Because what's the point in bringing out another product that's, well, I have the same thing in the marketplace already, right? Okay, where's the value in that? Okay, why will people come to you instead of company A, B, C, or D? Right. The point is people are going to look at on passive and see a one-stop shop for all their needs. Right, all their needs can be supplied here in on passive for whatever business venture that they're looking to do, whether it's their own or they just see on passive as that business. Because as we've said so many times, it really is the last business that you will ever need. It really is. So if you're looking for a business, look no further. You found it. Okay, welcome home. This is it on passive. Right. And so, we're just having fun, Julie, because, when you're making money, don't you want to have fun doing that? Absolutely. Don't you want to have fun with people that are the same mindset as you? People have the same goals, aspirations as yourself, right? And that's what we found it on passive. That's why you and I, communicate so regularly, because we share a lot of the same beliefs, and a lot of the same goals as far as what we want to do to help mankind. We want to be able to make a difference in this world. We want to know that, okay, when our time is up, we actually left something. There's a legacy that is there, and on passive will help people create a legacy, right? So, we can't say enough. We could be here for another 10 hours, Julie, just talking about how great on passive is and what's coming for the world, because it's not just for us as founders, it's for the world. Right? People will be able to have products that's actually going to make a difference in their lives, not in our lives, in their lives. Right? And you just can't get any better than that. When people see something that actually benefits them, when they can see the benefit for themselves, right? Then they get excited about that, right? Then they want to engage, right? As a result of that, it's not a matter of oh well, I buy this product. Well, Julie's making some money because I buy. No, you're buying the product because there's a need, okay? There's a need for it. Social media. A lot of people are tired of social media. A lot of people, because of the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? There's a lot of good with social media, but there's also a lot of bad, right? And so if you can be able to conduct the same things that you do today, right? But in a clean environment though, an ethical environment, a safe environment, right? Wouldn't you want that? And so I know that there are millions upon millions of people that's looking exactly for that. A lot of people are no longer using FB, can't go by their numbers, right? How many 3 billion or whatever the number is, right? You can't go by their numbers because they're not all active. Okay, they may have an account, but it's not active. Okay, and that's because people are fed up. There's certain things that people don't like. There's certain providers out there. There's certain vendors out there, certain store owners out there, businesses out there that people just don't like, how they go about doing their business. And so if they can find a cleaner, safer way to be able to do that, they will. And I'm sure they will find that in on passive. So again, multiple reasons for people to come, and come they will. They will be coming in the millions, Julie, in the hundreds of millions, and quite possibly in the billions.
Billions, yeah. And that soon. It's not 10 years, it's not 5 years.
No.
I imagine it could be a year or two that's coming, or even shorter than that. I mean, seeing what on passive is doing. Let's scale all the way down to the center, the core of on passive, of why on passive does what it does, why our CEO decided to do this, I feel, and I know I can't express how I feel inside Michael. There is a reason why he makes it so simple and easy for anyone could be part of on passive. Not only that, he makes it so affordable for everyone around the world to be part of it. And geez, I'm having goosebumps right now talking about it. I do, like all over my body. And I know there is some, okay, so there is something spiritual about it. And I know he had mentioned about it. This is a blessing. It has to have some divine intervention on it. And every time I bring this up, Michael, I've got goosebumps because I know there's a core reason why he does and On Passive does what it do. And also, On Passive was able to go through all of the obstacles around the world. Imagine you can bring something to the government of every single country, 200 countries around the world, and be able to bring that to people. I can't explain it, but I know my whole entire body got goosebumps. It's chills running in myself right now. And I'm very sure there's hundreds of people are watching this right now, feel that goosebump inside. And that's why we coming on, we share On Passive with each other. Lots of us choked up, not be able to explain it. It has to have some kind of spiritual, some kind of interventions on it. So Michael, I'm sending it to you for you to be able to, hopefully you can express that for all of us.
Well, I mean, I believe, everything is either spiritual or physical, right? And, when I'm involved in a business, I don't really talk about the spiritual side of things, And that's only because there's been so much abuse, right? So many people will use spirituality or religion or whatever, higher power, the universe, all this fanciness people will use, to manipulate people and get over on people, right? So I always try to, keep it as separate as much as possible. But the truth of the matter is there is something here. I mean, I got that gut feeling years ago that this is it, right? This is it. And once I got that gut feeling that this is it, I went all in, right? It wasn't immediately, it wasn't right away. It wasn't, my first exposure to it, right? But it didn't take long for that to happen, right? When I truly examined this business model and, got to know the CEO, and others that are involved, you clearly see that this is a movement, right? There's something there that is just not the norm. It just isn't. The CEO is not your normal, typical CEO of a company. And we have some great founders, some great leaders that are not the norm. Right? You understand? So when you look at all of that and you put it together, there has to be something more that's going on. Right. And, myself, I consider myself a spiritual person. I consider myself having a relationship with God, all of that stuff. And so I always, seek, ask, inquire, pray, all of that for guidance, direction, and so on. Right. And I personally believe that, yeah, this is more than just of ourselves. Right? There's more to it than that. There's a higher power. It's certainly a higher calling when you want to bless the lives of other people. It's certainly a higher calling when you don't want to cheat people, deceive people, be a part of that corrupted system. It's a higher calling to do that because that's the tendency. The tendency right now is for people to fake this, fake that, steal from this one. You understand? That's the tendency in today. Everyone's trying to rip off somebody, right? And here we have a company that says all you have to do to become a founded member is pay $97. Like, really? $97? For the value that we've received, even for those of us who've been here for 4 years, far exceeded the $97, right? People have walked away with a different mindset. They start to think better. They're trying to, put out the best version of themselves, right? Folks, people are spending thousands upon thousands of dollars to go sit down with Anthony Robbins, and some of these other folks People spend thousands of dollars listening to Les Brown's information and, Robert Kiyosaki stuff and all these people that are out there. And yet, yes, passive because they pay $97 to get in, right? And then not to mention you're being set up to be in a position whereby you're going to be in the top, probably 0.1%, right, of the company. Like you're going to be the top of the top, right? That's just incredible, right? For $97, right? And of course, yeah, we have to purchase the products. I mean, how can you get a domain website set up, all of that, if you don't buy it? So you have to buy it. How can you get potential customers coming to your site if you don't buy it? So you have to purchase these things, of course, right? That's going to make your business an actual business now. Having the foundership, that was just the first step. That doesn't make you have a business, okay? So you need all these other things. But again, you're getting it at bottom of the barrel prices. This company, on Passive, our CEO, is literally giving this away to people, right? Now, it's not always going to be like that because, again, you're in business to make money as well. So the CEO is not saying, oh, I'm not trying to make no money as a business, okay? But he's saying that I don't need to have all the money into my own pockets, right? We obviously need to retain money in the company because we have staff. You got to pay your employees, right? And we don't want to pay them just like every other company would. We don't want to treat them just like, you know what I mean? We want to go above and beyond. We want to over deliver on that point as well. So when you have all of that come together, when you look at it and all you can see is a big heart. That's all you can see, Julie. You understand? You can see someone who actually cares about people, the way we interact with them and all of that. You can see it's not a front. You can only fake it for so long, Julie. You know what I mean? You're going to slip up every now and then when you're faking it, right? But when you're being truthful, when you're speaking the truth, it's so much easier than when you're lying. Okay, what did I lie about last time? Okay, I have to remember. You know what I mean? That's too much work. That is too much work. Right. So just tell the truth. Just be yourself. And that's what we have in our CEO and our company on Passive. And that's what makes it work. That's what resonates with people. People, get in and it's like, they just feel different. They see what this company is doing to themselves in their own personal lives as they start to interact with their own family, their own community, and so that's already started, okay? And so what that's going to do when the money starts to come in now, it's going to make you do even more of what you're currently doing. So if you're a good person and money comes your way, you're going to be even more of a good person, right? If you're a bad person and money comes your way, you're going to be even more of a bad person. That's just how it works. Right, the money doesn't change you, okay? But it's going to help you to be more of what you already are as an individual. And so I just can't wait, Julie. I just can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I've met you in person in Boston, and that was awesome, along with the other founders and our CEO. And I can't wait for the next meetup, right? Because that's the type of bond that we're creating in on Passive. And that is amazing in itself. So many people from different backgrounds coming together. And yet we have the same mindset. Absolutely. Right? The same mindset.
Absolutely. And the things that I love the most is that he comes on and he said, my name is Ash Mufara.
I'm your friend.
I am your friend. And now he also said, my name is Ash Mufara and I love you. I am here to change your life. Who does that? I don't think any CEO out there are doing that.
And he means it though, Julie.
Yeah,
it's not just that he says it.
Yeah.
He actually means it. That's the difference. Because a lot of people say a lot of great things. Yeah. Right? A lot of fancy stuff, right? Words. I call it lip service.
Right.
But he actually means what he says. He's backed up every word thus far. Absolutely. Right? He's delivered what he's promised, more than what he promised, because most of what we have today wasn't even promised back then. It just wasn't. Okay. And so, people are going to reap the rewards. There's no doubt about that. And we just can't wait to be able to get even more people involved in on Passive, one way or the other, because it's a game changer. It's a revolution. It's a movement. There's no doubt about that. And the world will be a better place simply because of on Passive. It doesn't mean that all the bad in society is going to stop. And that's not what we're saying, right? But surely the world will be a better place simply because on Passive was created. because it will change people's lives. It will allow people to extend themselves to others, and make a difference. If you have a community and the community doesn't have any jobs, Julie, okay, chances are it's plagued with crime, okay? But if you can create jobs, and that's, one of the things that we as founders will be able to do, we'll be able to employ others. So it's not just about, oh, I'm making some money now, so let me give it away. No, we can actually stimulate our economy, okay? We can give our economy a boost, right, by creating jobs. That's what jobs do, okay? So there's, 10 people, they're unemployed, guess what? Okay, what are you guys good at? Oh, we're good at this, this, this. All right, no problem. I'm gonna create a job opportunity to employ you guys, right? And all of a sudden now, they have something constructive to do, right? So we'll be able to do that. We'll be able to reach out to lots of people and create, different types of jobs within our own backyard that is going to help. And so as you do that here in Ontario, you do that there in California and so on, as it goes around the world, it's going to be a change, right? There's going to be a change, no doubt about that.
Absolutely. Oh, this is so beautiful to just being part of Unpassive, being and see the changes in ourselves, see it in the changes in the people that we communicate daily. And now when Unpassive is launched itself to the world, we're going to see changes in people, right? Whether or not they are in Unpassive or not, but why not be in something and be the change, right? Why not be the change?
Yeah, well, I mean, right now, Julie, we hear the stories with like nurses, for example, and the complaint that they have, right? So what if you can now, build hospitals in your neighborhood? What if you could build nursing homes in your neighborhood, and you employ these same nurses, right? But you're going to give them better working conditions, right? Including better pay and so on, right? There are some nurses, they're actually passionate. They love to care for their patients, right? But the system is just beating them down, that they're walking away. Right now, there's a shortage, right? There's a shortage right now for nurses, right? So, but if the environment was right, you understand, they will be right there helping the patients that they did so as they did in the past, right? So again, this is one example of what we can do. Right? And we can really help people. Okay, we're approaching winter now. It's going to be cold, Julie, right? And yet we're going to be seeing people on the streets, sleeping on a cardboard box and stuff like that. Okay, should that be? No. Can we do something about it? Absolutely, absolutely. And we'll be able to do stuff like that by getting that person in the right environment, get them inside instead of being outside in the cold. So there's just so much, Julie, so much. I think of the situation that happened in Michigan, in Flint, Michigan, with the whole water thing. And again, did that have to have happened? No. Can we make a difference? Absolutely, right? Absolutely. And, think of Africa, and so many places there that don't have clean drinking water, yet you have water companies that are selling bottled water right there in their country. Okay, and these people don't even have clean drinking water at home, right? Again, part of the corruption, right? But there's things that we can do all over the world, and we'll be able to do so and help a lot of people because the world needs help. There's no doubt about that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it makes so much sense, right? It makes so much sense that anyone can be part of Unpassive. I had a conversation with my family. And I said, do you want to work until the day you die, right? Because we've heard so many people who actually working. One example is Chris Johnson's friend. He worked and he worked and he passed away, right? Before he even get to retire. What if all of us who are loving our job so much, we get to do it passionately instead of survival or because we have to go to work? Right? What if business owners who go to their businesses because they love the creativity, they love being there serving other people instead of trying to make money to pay for bills, right? Imagine a world with kids running around with shoes and warm clothes and playing. And imagine, families can have more times together. I know your family make time to be together. What if you could make weeks and weeks and weeks with just spending time with families? And I believe that on passive is a stimulus package for the world. I'm not talking
Yes.
about money. I'm talking about values. I'm talking about services. I'm talking about everything, not just monetary.
Yeah, well, I mean, everything kind of begins with money in the sense of, to have a roof over your head, well, you need money. To go buy food to eat, well, you need money. You understand? To have things, clothing, you kind of need money. But when money is no longer an issue, Julie, right? When money is no longer an issue, right? What would people actually do with their lives, right? What would they actually do? What are some of the things that they do? What would they spend their time doing, right? I think it's Warren Buffett, I believe, that says if you don't find a way to, find a way to make money while you're sleeping, right? You're going to basically work until you die, right? So that is so true. But guess what? That's what On Passive affords people, right? It gives them the opportunity to be able to make money while they're sleeping, right? So that means they're going to have a lot of free time. It's going to give you time freedom, which is what you're talking about, right? That's what people want, right? There are people in On Passive that already have money. They're already millionaires, right? But they're in On Passive because they spend a lot of time to make that money, though. Okay. And so, well, what if I can have both? What if I can have the money, but also have the time to actually enjoy it? There are folks who they'll go and they buy a nice big home and they're working so hard, Julie, overtime, sometimes 2 jobs, because they're trying to pay off that mortgage as fast as possible. And guess what? They pass away before the mortgage is even paid off, right? So you're working so hard to accomplish this goal, and then you die before you even accomplish the goal. You didn't even get to enjoy that home that you bought, right? Just doesn't make any sense to me, right? I mean, life is made for living, okay? It's made for living, okay? This land that we're in is the land of the living. It's not the land of the dead, okay? Life is not for us to die. It's for us to live, okay? But very few people actually get an opportunity to truly live, right? And so this is another thing that On Passive will help people do, to actually live, actually enjoy life, actually spend time with people that you love and care about, right? We just get caught up, and it hasn't always been this way, okay? Probably in the last 100 years or so, where things have kind of changed, where everything's about working. There was a time where Sundays, stores were closed on Sundays, right? Now it's 7 days a week, right? Stores are open. People actually spend more time back in the day than they do now with their families, right? I think it's catered about, the dollar. And it just doesn't have to be that way, because it's meaningless. If you have all the money in the world, but you have no love, you have no, quality people around you, it's meaningless. What's the point, right? And that's why I've always said that, if I'm engaged in something that I believe is going to, lead to success, I want others to come along with me so that we can spend time together. What's the point if I have all the money in the world, Julie, but I have nobody to say, okay, let's go have lunch? Well, I can't because I'm working. You know what I mean? Well, I can't because I have this. I can't. And you're just the only one, right? Okay, let's go travel. You know what, Julie? Why don't you meet me in Hawaii, next weekend, and we'll do lunch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People may think that's far-fetched, but it's reality. There are people doing that right now. Why not you? Why not? Okay, it doesn't have to be Hawaii. Maybe New York, or maybe I fly over to Orange County. Whatever the case may be, right? The point is, when you have that flexibility, right? When you have that flexibility, that's what life is about. Spending quality time with your loved ones, people you care about. That's what life is really about. And not just working. Because guess what? You can't kill work, but work can certainly kill you, right?
For sure.
So,
Wow.
people have to be mindful of what they're doing and how to go about doing their day-to-day work. But certainly On Passive is a refuge for a lot of people. It's going to help a lot of people see things differently. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. Unpassive just makes so much sense, guys. I hope that our conversation here really makes sense for you if you're listening to it live right now, or if you're listening to it later. Both Michael and I and so many people around the world see that Unpassive just makes so much sense. So we've been having back and forth conversations for over an hour now, Michael. We could continue to do this, but let's have our conversation next time, focusing on the products, focusing on, we talk a lot about value. So we're going to have that next conversation probably sometime next week. We do this really out of impromptu. We love to do this because every time when we do have a conversation, we just talk about it because that's what we live on every single day. So I think we should wrap this one up and we continue the next conversation. I know that our friends here in India are celebrating Diwali. You want to go ahead and just wish them a beautiful one?
Yeah, happy Diwali, do you? Again, we have so many people from so many different backgrounds in Unpassive, right? And there's so many different festivals and holidays and all these different events throughout the year in so many different communities, but certainly anytime we can wish someone to be happy, to have fun, to learn to live, learn to laugh, learn to love, we should certainly do that because you'll be surprised just that one small little word to someone, the difference it makes for their entire day and sometimes even the entire week, because we go through life with so many negativity, and not hearing anything good, towards ourselves from others. And so anytime you can do that, you should do it. So definitely all of India, happy Diwali. And, I know some of you are probably watching this, that's for sure. And we look forward to us seeing you guys again and having this talk, Julie and I, going forward. All right. Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Michael, for spending time with me here and everyone here. In the attitude of gratitude, of Unpassive for what all of us have been witnessing the past years, we are doing, again, gratitude to Unpassive webinars tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time. The webinar itself is only welcoming all the founders around the world. However, we are going to do live stream also. So if you like to watch that, you can go to the top.live in all the channels there. And if you're currently watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then you'll be able to watch it there as well with my YouTube channel and Chris Johnson YouTube channels. And there are 20 others YouTube channels out there that you actually can watch. So until next time, we're going to have this conversation again with Michael. I appreciate you so much, Michael, for spending time with you. And I especially appreciate all our friends who are currently watching on Facebook, who's sharing this message out. Also, the folks that are watching on YouTube, we appreciate you very much. Please subscribe to the channels that you're watching. Every time I go live, it's going to go out to those channels. And please share this out because Unpassive really makes sense, right? You might have some people that don't see that it makes sense to them, but hopefully after they watch this conversation with myself and Michael, it will make sense to them as well. Until next time, be well. Take care of yourself. Thank you so much, Michael.
You're most welcome. My pleasure, Julie. Take care, everyone.
There, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Let me see, hold on, let me check to see if we are all in good place.